All right, everybody, welcome back to Crypto Cosm. We got a lot more information coming at you today.
Big news. I want to start off by talking about Mother Russia.
Mother Russia, yes.
So there was an article that came out just 2 days ago that Russia has came out and said that they want to now get rid of the U.S. dollar. Now, that's a bold statement.
For another country to tell
Russia's
your dollar's
huge.
done.
I mean, first we had Venezuela or China, then Venezuela, now Russia. Now, I mean, everybody's pretty much had it. We've had the tariff wars going on back and forth with the taxes on imported and exported goods, etc. And essentially, everybody's getting tired of us wheeling around this big old mighty dollar over everybody's heads. And we've also talked on the show, they put together the BRICS system. Mm-hmm. Now that's Brazil, Russia, India, China, South America. BRICS, B-R-I-C-S. And this system was essentially put together to bypass the international SWIFT system, which is essentially this giant ledger that transacts all of the global trading for planet Earth. I'm talking all of it.
The big one.
So we've got...
I've been there.
We've got 10% in Venezuela. We've got 40%, I think, in China and India. And then there's probably another 30% in Russia of talking about it in holdings in U.S. dollars and U.S. treasuries and bonds. Now, Russia has basically decreased their amount of U.S. treasuries and bonds from over 100 million to now, what's present day, 15 million?
It's a significant
Taking
decrease.
All that money and just dumped it into gold. Now, China has done the same thing. But now Russia has actually surpassed China in its gold holdings. Goldings, that'll work. So, and really, in the economic warfare of it all, they say gold is been number one. And I love how they put this. Oh, well, we can just pack up the gold and ship it, and nobody can stop us. Well, sure. But, I mean, wouldn't it be much easier just to go, send, now you have your Bitcoin. Yep. I mean, value lies in where the demand is for it.
Right. I don't want to walk around with a satchel, a Crown Royal bag full of gold chunks.
Another shilling for you, mate.
Right. Yeah.
So, as we continue to reduce and decrease the inefficiencies in the trading market, I mean, it's very easy to see that digital currency and the way that it is put together is now even becoming more efficient than gold. We don't have to box it up, put it all on a pallet, get some freighter to ship it out of here. We don't have to have something, sitting in a vault to say, yes, I have this in a vault and it's tied to this crypto coin. We don't necessarily even need that anymore, although we have things like Tether and everybody sees the problems within Tether. Yeah, we just print more Tether. Let's just print another 25 million Tether. Why not? It's been 2 days. Let's do another 40 mil.
Ooh.
So, I mean, we can see some of the problems that we have with these currencies and some of the solutions that we have in other currencies. Mm-hmm. So it's going to be very interesting with Russia now being one of the big ones. I mean, it's Russia, China, India, Brazil. I mean, these are some of the biggest pieces of land across the planet. Already with the infrastructure to bypass the U.S. dollar, so to speak. And, well, where does that leave us? Us here in the U.S. Well, really, it's just going to make our money less demanded.
Less valuable.
And, our paychecks probably just aren't going to stretch as far, unfortunately.
I wish there was an alternative option.
Bitcoin to the rescue. So it's going to be interesting to see this giant country now start to even publicly say that it's time to go around the U.S. dollar and what that's going to mean for us down the line.
I'm excited about it.
I kind of am too. I'm very curious to see where this is going to go. And it's interesting because of the, we've also talked even on the last show that when countries are in crisis, what now happens to the digital currency market? well, we see an uprise
Flux, yeah.
in the market exchanges. I mean, it's time and time and time again now. And it's almost become comforting for me personally to see that happen over and over and over again.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, no need for analogies. Just yes. Just yes.
I know. It's a beautiful, beautiful thing. So, other occurrences in the blockchain realm. Now, this one was one I was actually particularly excited about.
He's very excited for.
This is my excited face. Blockchain gaming.
Huge.
Blockchain. Now, we think about that. What are you going to use blockchain in a game for?
Just wait.
And I came across this article today. So we actually have 6 different game developers. We published the article in our Crypto Cosm Facebook. So if you guys want to check it out, sign up, subscribe, and all that good jazz. We thank you for all your support. But 6 different gaming producers now. Now, we think about it like it's going to end up being like alternate worlds in the gaming industry. Now, the blockchain becomes useful was because, let's say, I'm playing one game, and I do all this stuff in this one game, and all of these things are recorded on the blockchain. Well, I log into another game that's also linked to this blockchain, which gives me access to all of these things that I have done in another world. Just fantastic. This is huge in gaming.
It's like Future World and Westworld and Shogun World, and you get to go between all of them. If you've watched Westworld, if you haven't, sorry.
Oh, fantastic. Westworld is great. But they just released a movie not too long ago. It just came out in theaters. It's called Ready Player One. Mm-hmm. And it was almost like an augmented digital reality. And they could go wherever they were, and they could plug in. And it was very Matrixy-like.
Right.
But now we have different worlds that we can transfer into. So when we talk about, I mean, the esports community is much, much, much larger than professional sports. I'm talking hockey, rugby, soccer. I mean, there are more players in the esports realm than probably 10 times what we have in reality sports, I guess, for lack of real sports. The ones where you use your legs and hands for.
Rugby and,
And for this development to happen...
curling.
Curling,
Yeah.
There we go. For this development to happen... killing me. For this development to happen is huge. Now, individuals are always looking for bigger, better, stronger, faster in the gaming world. And now when we can do work in one world and connect it with other ones, it's going to be great marketing for these individuals. I mean, they're going to corner a very large piece of the market.
I don't even know where that's been done. I don't even know what game. I mean, no one's cross-platform, and nothing is PC, Xbox, PlayStation. It's just like, oh, what do you have it on? Oh, we can't play. I mean, in the game industry, that's revolutionary. It really is.
It's huge. This is as big as Pokemon Go, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, people are going to be walking off of cliffs on their phones playing these games. Yeah, I think actually it did. Unfortunately, it did.
There's a gym right over here by the Grand Canyon.
So, I mean, just to think. So now all of these games are going to be built on the Engine coin. ENJIN. And because of this fact, I'm probably going to end up entering into this particular blockchain and coin. Because the amount of detail that they could put in, I mean, if we have one game where we're maneuvering an army, and then we have another game where we can pick, one individual from our army. We can level up each particular guy. We go into this game, and now he's part of this army. The levels
Right.
and things that can be placed on top of this is going to be infinite, unlimited. I mean, it's going to be insane. And for all of these to be built on one particular coin, I want to say they had the amount of, I'm going to use the term digital swag. Ooh. Okay, things
Give
like,
it away.
most games that are out now, basically, they're like, well, you can play our game for free, but if you want to look cool and have the best weapons, then
You gotta buy the in-game.
Then you got to pay.
Yeah. Go to the store. You gotta buy the cool jacket.
You could buy our red beans, and then you could purchase our stuff with our pack coin.
Change
this,
your
that, and the other.
hair.
But the amount, it was like $1.2 billion in 2017 alone that was spent on digital costumes and weapons.
I mean, the video game industry in the entertainment industry, it is the most profitable. You know, with the music industry and the film and television, you know, you got things like Kodi and, you know, that you can download, you can stream, and it's severely damaged that industry. But the video game, it's thriving. Like, you can't, it's like, and then bringing that on the blockchain, I mean, this is we're going to start to see way more, and like you're saying, you know, the e-games going online, and it's like, well, I've built up this character and this, you know, and whatever it is, and then there's these tournaments, now bring your character into this giant thing. I mean, it's just opening a door to something we've never even seen yet.
The layers are just going to be ridiculous. Yeah. The amount of possibilities, the amount of, it's almost like you get that quantum leap. It was like when we went, very interesting correlation. So we had, I would say, from 2010 on, where all the movies that came out were just almost horrible. And then basically they came out with all the new special effects that they did, all the new superhero movies for, and just a whole new level of stuff that opened up all of these different opportunities and wonderful movies that have been coming out. It's like, this is that next leap for the gaming industry. I mean, it is quantum in size.
Yeah.
Quantum in size. Engine Coin, ENJIN. So, like I said, they have about 6 games that are going to be built on this platform so far, and these are only going to be the first of many. Definitely check it out. Do some research. Look into it. Definitely going to be one that I'm going to be keeping an eye on.
Nice. Well, you know, the last time we talked we're a lot more of a recap than what's up to come. So I want to talk about some future dates here with you.
Lay it on me.
So we're in the green. As far as we're going right now this week is really like its positive aspect. Again, the sun, they're in Virgo. The sun is very specific. Let's talk about the Grand Trine first. The Grand Trine and Earth. The sun in Virgo. Okay. Mercury is our planet of trade goods, information, and communication. Okay? Mercury is ruled by 2 different signs. One is Gemini, one is Virgo. Gemini would be the AM radio, the static, all the noise. It's all the information. It's the yes, the no, the right, the wrong, both sides of the clown's face, all 6 sides of the die, whatever it is. It's all the information, okay? Now in Virgo, it's very specific. It's like FM radio or that satellite, you know, it's the digital radio, the very finite thing. And it's just like, well, it's a yes or a no. It's not just like, okay, cool, there's all that stuff. It's very, very finite, very specific point, okay? So when you have that, the sun represents ourselves, our egos, how we're moving forward, is this very specific thing that we're looking at, and it's creating this connection, this grand trine between Uranus and Taurus, okay? The revolutionizing of money, changing of things that are, you know, old, these possessions, okay? And then up here with Saturn in Capricorn, it's home sign, government, change, structure, okay? So the fact that this is happening, this is going to be happening up into the 2nd of September. But there's also, the Grand Trine is anyway, okay? It's still going to be making a connection, Saturn and the Sun are still going to make a connection, but it's going to lose its connection over there to Uranus and Taurus. But there's some, you know, eyebrow raising happening here. There's some other things that are going on. And again, there's a bit of like, we're going to hit, where do I go? There's so much information. I want to break this down and not lose you because it really Gemini. Is a lot. So, well, I want to be specific. You know, I want that Virgo sun. I want to be very specific in the communication of this. So that Grand Trine is very positive. Now, Venus is our planet of money. That is our planet of possessions and material goods, the ruling planet of Taurus and Libra. She's home in her sign of Libra right now. She's home, okay? Neptune is home in Pisces. Saturn is home in Capricorn. There's a sense of home. Jupiter is moving forward home to Sagittarius right now. So it's like there's a sense of like, yeah, that makes sense. I'm starting to feel more like me. You know, North Node in Leo. Yeah, this me and my, all right. So Venus, she's up there in Libra right now, but she's going to be moving into Scorpio. Now, this is the first of our personal planets that have moved into the second half of the zodiac is all about other people. The first 6 signs, okay, Aries, Taurus. So Aries, me and mine, okay, are going to go toward what's good, away from what's bad. simple. It's kind of simple. It's the spark, it's the creation, okay? Then Taurus is like, well, my possessions. If I'm going to survive here, well, I need things, right? And then we have Gemini, which is like my information, the information I've gathered around my travels. Then we have Cancer, is like that home, okay? This is where my safe place is. This is my emotional body. This is how I feel about things. Then it's just like we take all this information in, we get to Leo, creative self-expression, how I'm going to, now I'm going to take the information and all this stuff and move into the world. And then we have Virgo, which is a very specific, and say, hey, Aaron, do you want to go do this? Yeah, that sounds good. Aaron, you want to do this? No, I don't. It doesn't resonate with me. That's not my thing, okay? Virgo. So the other 6 signs is all about others, okay? So the first half of Venus is about me and mine. What do I love? The second over there in Libra, Venus in Libra, did I say that right? Venus in Aries is me, my, right? What I love. Venus in Libra is others. Okay, so it's about shared resources, and it's about, other people. And especially when we get into Scorpio, Venus in Scorpio, that's really about shared resources. So, all this being said, we've got a lot going on here because Venus is going to make very interesting aspects to both Taurus, Uranus and Taurus. It's going to be in opposition. All right, and it's going to start on the 2nd, September 2nd, an opposition to Uranus and Taurus, and a square to Mars up there in Capricorn. It's the start on the 2nd. It becomes exact, the square is exact on the 8th, okay? So when we're talking about a square between Venus and Mars, what are we talking about? We're talking about Venus is things. It's things. I love these things, the things that I love, the things that I desire, the things that make me feel ooey gooey good inside, and it's just like, shared, like, dude, you like this, I like this, sweet, let's do this, you know what I mean? It's not just about me and my journey, this is a together thing, right? So Venus is going to be opposing Uranus and Taurus. So Venus is opposing its other sign, its home sign where Uranus is right now. So it's a really interesting aspect of how do I say, it can be a bit of a power struggle, right? It's just like, I want to plant a garden here, but I have to rototill up all this ground, this beautiful grass or whatever. I've got to shake this stuff up in order to plant this garden here so we can feed the family. Probably the best analogy I'm going to be able to get you on that one. Now Mars moving from Capricorn back into Aquarius, okay? So we're moving back forward into communication of technology, the information of the community, right? So it's exact on the 8th. The square to Venus and Mars is exact on the 8th. So we're going to start to feel it on the 2nd, this opposition in the square. It becomes exact on the 8th. And then on the 12th, we have a grand square. A grand square, so that means we're going to have 2 oppositions. Venus is going to now move officially into Scorpio. Okay, so our planet of money is moving into shared resources. This is awesome. This is the best place it can be as far as our world goes, in between Libra and Scorpio. And where's it going to be retrograding? 11 degrees Scorpio back into Libra, okay? So this is all about other people, our money with other people, shared resources. The more money, if we put all of our money into a growth mutual account, we're going to just make more interest. Do we trust each other enough to do that is another question. You know what I mean? There's all these other variables. And then that's, again, where we're getting into the Bitcoin community. It's like, do we trust this community to put my money into it or not? So this is the opposition, okay? So it's like, hey, buddy, let's do something. Let's make this change. So let's break down real quick what this grand square is. Now, this is not a very often thing that happens.
That's the first time I've heard this one, so I'm
grand
excited
square,
to hear this.
right?
Yeah.
So a square means it encompasses all just like this, right? So we're gonna have your water, your fire, your earth, and your air, your information. Okay. So over there in Earth we have Taurus, Uranus, and Taurus, breaking up the monotony of our money, of our structure of possessions. We've been talking about it for a while. You get it. North Node, squaring the North Node in Leo, which is me, myself, bringing through this, what makes me me, and how can I bring that to the world, and how can I make a living off of this, right? So the fact that those two are making a connection, it's like, okay, we got to change something. If you're not happy with the situation, can you do something about it? No. Okay. Can you do something about it? Yes. Okay, then do it. Don't complain about it, just do it. So this is kind of that, what do they say? First, spirit's going to tickle you with a feather, then they're going to tap you on the shoulder, then they're going to hit you in the face with a brick. This is the brick, okay? This is the brick coming. Immense change is coming. So it's like North Node in Leo, Uranus, Taurus, okay? Scorpio is Venus, and then Aquarius is Mars. So the opposition between Venus and Uranus, and an opposition between the North Node and Mars up there in technology. So let's break this all down. Mars wants to move forward in technology. Mm-hmm. That's what Mars' job is to do, is to move forward. It's the Kool-Aid man breaking through the wall. Oh yeah, and it's just, hey, he's been retrograde. He's been moving backwards for 2 months. He's like, yeah, let's go, community. Let's make this stuff happen, okay? And then my sister over there, Venus, she's saying, yeah, it's about everybody's money, not just your money, not just my money. It's about everybody's money. And it's opposite, and again, squaring Uranus and Taurus in the North Node. This is like, you have to make the change to put yourself in the place in the community that's where you want to be. You have to take the risks. You have to say yes to something and be confident in your decisions to make that. Whether you succeed or fail, you have to make the decisions to be you. That yes, I made the decision. I made the decision to, not listen to the Aarons when they said that it was gonna, hit on the 11th, and I chose to wait and watch it out. And it went from 5,900 to now 6,700. And man, I should have listened to them, or I should have followed my own gut. Whatever it is, you gotta, it's follow yourself right now. But this is a serious being pulled in multiple different directions, because you're seeing everything's lit up right now. All the colors are lit up. Earth, fire, water, air, red, blue, green, yellow. It's like it's all lit up right now. So there's nothing is going unnoticed. So almost like that full moon, that lunar eclipse sense where the things come into illumination. There's a serious sense of illumination happening here around the 10th, 11th, and the 12th. Okay, that's when these really become exact. Okay, so we're starting around the 2nd. But what does that mean for, as I'm spewing all this information out, but what does that really mean for our market? Does that mean we're going to be going up? Does that mean we're going to be going down? It means people are going to be making some serious decisions. It means that whatever's happening in the news over Labor Day weekend, there's something going to be happening that's very groundbreaking, earth-shattering, that makes us want to live our day-to-day lives a little bit differently. There is definitely something here with the crypto community that is going to change the way we live our lives on a day-to-day basis, okay? So us saying some of these things is common to the folks watching, all right? But it's about everybody else. It's about everybody else that's not in tune to what's happening, right? It's everybody else that has the billions and billions and trillions of dollars around the world that aren't, or that are unsure, that aren't into the crypto pool. This is like a big kind of a flag, a big awareness kind of happening over the 8th through the 12th. And then it's going to linger after. I mean, that's just when it's exact, is the 12th. So it's like that big grand square. Just watch. It's difficult to say. The sun is still making positive aspects. There's still a lot of positive aspects, but this is considered a more difficult, challenging aspect in personal life as well as just community overall, because it's forcing change. This is forcing change. All right.
We've had so many new developments in infrastructure, in technology, and the way crypto is being set up. I mean, we've seen some of these companies partner together to create bigger, better, stronger features, etc. We have the ETF. I'm sick of talking about it. The ETF at this point, but there's been so many different things that are making way for just institutional money, and it's hard to say what exactly, specifically, that's going to be. So we're definitely going to be keeping our eyes open to bring you guys the latest and greatest news as it arises. But I'm looking forward to something big in the crypto community.
It's interesting, right? As I'm like staring down the chart, it is really, really curious to me on what those dates, because it's something you don't see terribly often, and the fact that it is. Oh, we also have the new moon happening. The new moon happening opposing Pisces, and that's on the 11th, the 10th.
Mm-hmm.
It's on the 10th. It's going to be a powerful weekend. I mean, in new moons usually we see that's when things start to come back up. It's going to be a heck of a time. I don't know. Watch the charts, man. That's the best I can say right now.
And I was just going to say, we haven't showed the charts. The next show, we'll definitely be able to bring that chart up and show you guys the furthering consolidation that we're having and this nice swing upward. I mean, all I see is green. Green, green, green. Not too many reds in there right now, ladies and gentlemen. I'm looking forward to it. I've got my seatbelt on, and I am ready for another ride.
We'll see what happens.
I think it's time for another True Wisdom card of the day. Life is a song. Sing it. Life is a game. Play it on the blockchain. Life is a challenge. Meet it. Life is a dream. Realize it. Life is a sacrifice. Offer it. Life is love. Enjoy it. Sai Baba. Smart guy or girl. That was beautiful.
Lovely, lovely. Don't want to be gender specific here. We don't know. We want to be really even keeled.
Thank you again for sharing, liking, and subscribing. Don't forget to hit that little bell button down at the bottom so you guys don't miss a beat here on
Crypto Cosm.